You, okay, I've started. Okie dokie. Yes, tonight I just want to share a bit what's on my heart for us as a human being and as people as well. My journey to find my identity and my life's purpose. It's go back quite a while, and it brings me to a point that I have to do, that I have to know. Well, your identity is who you are. Like I've written here, I am who I am, and each of us have a different identity. Each of us have a different fingerprint, and that is how different we are. Yes, it is very important because a lot of people um, can't or are a bit don't know where they're heading in life because they don't know who they are. And to find your identity and your life's purpose is very important. And my presentation tonight is about your identity and your life's purpose and your career, your work. Everything is related to your identity. So tonight I would just want to deal with us about what it is and how your identity is related to your life's purpose. Because some of people just think, well, I am who I am, and you get into a job or a career, everything, and you don't like it. But you must remember you are born with a certain identity and with certain character and character traits, and that will is your guide you to your purpose in life. So yeah, that is what I want to deal with us tonight. So my next slide is your temperament definition as innate qualities that subconsciously reflect through you. You are born with a temperament. Um, this traits is matched based on factors such as ancestry and culture. It is transmitted by genes, so you are born with it. You're not created with it or you're not growing up with it. You are born with a certain temperament, and yeah, that is who you are. You do not have a choice in the composition of your genes. So you come from your different genes from your father, from your mother. So that is your temperament. Your character definition is it's a real you. It's shaped by education, faith, and some other principles. And your character is your inner self. So that is what the two definitions is. So temperament you can't change. These genes that you've been born with, but character has been shaped by how you've been grown up, your household, your culture, your background, stuff like that. So yes, that is what called. So for me, your personality and character traits. We have four types. The one is dominance, and if you do it a little bit in a simple way, it is let's do it my way. Influence is another character type. Is let's do it the fun way. Then you get steadiness. Let's do it the easy way. And conscientious is let's do it the right way. So tonight I just want to work about around that and show you where does it fit in. So then my next slide is that I've in my coaching business I'm working with this disc profile. So this one I used in my coaching workshops as well, where I help people discover their identity and see who they are. So this is just the disc profile. So like I said, dominance, if you have a dominance personality and character trait, it means you are direct, you are result orientated, you are firm, you are strong willed, and you're forceful. That is your dominance. If you're in a dominance character traits, then you get influence, outgoing, enthusiastic, optimistic, highly spirited, and lively. So if you fall in this influence character type, you are that one. Steadiness, even-tempered, accommodating, patient, humble, tactful. And conscientiousness, analytical, reserved, precise, private, and systematic. So that is the 4 type of personality traits and character traits that I'm working with. And each of us, you will find yourself in one of those parts, or maybe there are some parts that you can be both, but I'll work on it, show you now. So the next slide is the D and the I. So I've colored it in just to show you. So the dominance and the influence, the 2 top ones, have leader qualities and are extroverts. So if you fall in that dominance or influence type, character type, then you are have leader qualities and you are an extrovert. Then on the steadiness and consciousness, it is analytical and personality are introverts. So you are you want to analyze and you are an introvert. For me, myself, I'm in the steadiness one. I'm patient, humble, even-tempered. Yeah, I can be the conscientious as well. A bit of this as well. I'm a bit private and precise, and so is. So my next slide is the influence and the steadiness within that one as well are relationship orientated. So these 2 parts, these 2 character traits are relationship orientated, and the dominance and consciousness is task orientated. So if you fill in those 2 parts, and you can see yourself, if you feel, well, I'm task orientated, I'm driven, then you are in those character traits, those 2. The S and the C have underlying fear, and that I must tell you that is, I have it as well. Not fear of the future, I've worked on that, but the fear of what's going to happen tomorrow, because I am a bit task orientated as well, and I look at things and I analyze things, and then I start to overthink, and that creates an underlying fear in me. So yeah, that is my type. Then you get let me just quickly see this one. I and D have underlying anger. So if you that ones, you have a type of underlying anger, and I can see in people, if you analyze them, you can somewhat see that there will be, if some sort of anger, if he's doing stuff and it's a bit angry, then you know you fill in that character traits. So you can have a combination of personalities. The I and the D, the influence and the dominance, the positive side, they're extroverts, they're optimistic, people orientated, energetic, leaders, known to go on and go on and go on. They also want to let me just see, go on and go on, also want to be alone and from time to time. But the negative side is they usually want to be in control, they're dominating and they're manipulating. So that is a negative side of that personality. My next one is DNC, dominance, and conscientiousness. Positive side, task orientated, determined, and go on is a go-getter. The negative side can neglect relationships, can control people um, according to their standards. So that is that one. Yes, S&C positive side. I think that is me. I must say I'm S&C. Think analytical. Think deeper over life and people. They are calm and not so demanding. They normally love other people and their temperaments, but they tend to be so calm. They procrastinate. So yeah, for me, I'm not really into procrastination. I try to set up a goal and try to get to that goal at the end of the week, end of the day. So that helps me with it. So my next one, INS, relationship orientated. They don't force their opinions to other people, and they're usually fun to be with. The negative side is they are not task driven. They tend to start a project but don't finish it. There's a negative side if you have a combination of that personality types. Okay, now let me just go one back. Yes, so that is very important. If you, that is what I said now. The importance of who you are. This is who you are. This is your identity. No one else is the same as you. They can have the same character traits, but you are totally, by your genes and by your personality and character traits, you are totally yourself. The important thing is, if you are confused about your identity, you will start to get jealous about someone else. If you see someone else have a certain character trait or personality type, or have, maybe, for instance, you are an introvert, but you feel, well, that person is happy and the center of attention and the center of um, the room. They're fun to be with, and you're an introvert, and you feel, well, gee, I wish I can be like that person. Then you are confused with your identity because you are born with a certain character trait and you are yourself. So if you feel jealous about someone else, then you are confused about your identity. And that is very dangerous because you are who you are. You can try to be the center of attention. You can try to be an extrovert, but if you are an introvert and you have certain character traits, just be yourself. Lots of people I've seen, you're going to a party, you're going to somewhere, and they just sit in the corner and they just observe. And that is who they are. They have fun. They enjoy their friends and they're enjoying what they do there. But for them, it is fulfilling. But this is who they are. I can't ask them to come and join into a party or dance on the tables or whatever. They will not do it because they are who they are. So that is very important. So for me, if you go into your life's purpose as well, just be who you are. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be. If you see a person going to good in his career, don't be jealous about that person. Just find out on your talents, your gifts, and stuff like that, and that will show you as well what is your purpose in life. And if you go into that, your life's purpose and your character traits, if you mix it all up, you will be so fulfilling in your work and in your career that you will so enjoy it. So some people just go into a job because it's money maybe, or there's no other choice and they don't like it, because that job is maybe an extrovert job, a job for extroverts, and you're an introvert. So that is very important, just to go into a certain job that based on your character. And you will have so much fun and you'll be fulfilling in your type of job. So for instance, I will show you now on my next slides the influence type. They are outgoing, enthusiastic, optimistic, highly spirited, and lively. So these people are actors, artists, musicians, marketers, motivational speakers, and personal assistants or human resources. So if you are falling into the influence character type or influence character traits, then the best job to go into are an actor or an artist, a musician, a marketer, because the marketers are outgoing. If you're an introvert, that will not work for you, because you have to go on cold calls or selling stuff to other people, and then you have to be outgoing. So don't try it because someone he is a salesperson because he's doing good in his job and he's making a lot of money because he is living his life's purpose and according to his character. So that is very important. So the influence type is outgoing type of person. And I just want to quickly go to my first slides. My first slide. The influence type is, let's do it the fun way. It is just a short description of your personal character traits. Like I said, now a salesperson, for instance, let's do it the fun way. So my wife is also the influence type. She's a musician. She's the fun to be with. She's a center of attention. She's a musician in our high school. And she's a music teacher, I mean. And the people love her. She has lots of persons, lots of kids doing music to her because she's sitting there and she make it fun. She's just if she organize an event or something, and everyone will be with her or want to be with her because that is what she do. And I can't try to do the same as she did because I'm another type of. So she do it. I sitting there. I enjoy her. How she is enjoying it. And yes, and that is she. She's her character type, and I'm a bit different. So, like I said, dominance. It's let's do it my way. That is. It's a bit. We'll show you now what type of characters they have. Consciousness is let's do it the right way, and steadiness. Let's do it the easy way. So let me quickly go back to the next slides. Okay, influence that we said, let's do it the fun way. Dominance, people in that character traits are usually business people, entrepreneurs, managers, leaders, doctors, lawyers, project managers. So that is what they are. So if you fall in that type of personality type, then you must be in this type of jobs. Don't try to be someone else or something else. This is where you will have fulfilling in your career and in your job. So my next slide is steadiness. So I'm a steadiness character type of person. Counselors, psychologists, preacher, teacher, artist, and nature lovers. And that I can tell you, that is what I love to do. I love to be a counselor. I love to help people. I love to teach. Like I said, I've got a workshop on this specific presentation I've done tonight, just more into depth. And I like to teach. I love nature. an outgoing person, the great outdoors. That is what I like. So for me, I'm in the steadiness. So yes, the next one, my last slide is conscientiousness. Philosophers, accountants, auditors, engineers, dentists, scientists, musicians, bankers, quality control. So they are analytical, precise, private. That is who they are. So if you fall in that specific character trait and personality type, then that is what you have to do. That is what your life's calling, what your purpose in life. So don't try to be someone else. This is, and I mean, if you have a urge or something to be a dentist, then you most probably fell into the consciousness character trait, character type. So yes, and that is what your life's purpose, your life's calling is. It's just to and how your identity and your character trait are summed up into this. So it is very important to look into yourself, to find your identity, to see who am I. Like I said, you got this disc profile. Go see yourself in that. See who you are. If you're a bit confused in your job, in your career, just go see yourself in that and then go back and see, well, I actually had to be this or what type of work you have to do. Because if you're unhappy in your work now, then you most probably not living your life's purpose according to your identity. So that is very important. So yeah, that is sort of my story. It's a quick one. Just an introduction into your identity and how did it lead you to your work, how did it lead you into your career and to be fulfilled in your career, into your life's purpose. So yeah, for me it is that. Like I said, I'm doing workshops as well to help people get their life's purpose. They can look onto my website as well. So yes, Candace, that is sort of my story. It's just a quick one, but yeah, I hope people can find and pick up my heart and see where you are heading if you are living your identity in your character and your personality traits. So yes, thank you.
Thanks so much, Casper. I think it's very important to know who you are. I think it's the driving force and where you find your purpose. And, you know, when you're, it's kind of like God's gift to you that you are unique. And when we don't give of ourselves and we try to be someone else, we're not fulfilling our purpose. So I love what you've said here. It makes so much sense. I'm going to go back into the notes and read some more, but it was very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yes, Candice, and just the last word is um, because we are unique, we're helping each other.
Mm.
I mean, if all of us have the same personality and character traits, we will be heading one way.
Mm.
But because we are different in our personality and character traits and identity, we can help each other. I mean, I don't want to be a dentist, but I will help. I will help. A dentist will fix my teeth, and I will help him with something else. So yes, and that is the thing. This is who you are and what you are is very important, and you must live your identity.
Mm.
Yes.
I think I really do think it would help so many people if they knew who they were, and I love it. I do. I think that more people need to go on that journey to discover who they are inside, to find their gifts. Yeah, I definitely think that's a message that needs to be heard over and over again. So yeah.
Yes, yes, and I'm just thinking of, that if you go into a street and you see maybe a person that is, the person's clothes is like arty and hip and whatever, and they are type of the hippie from the 60s or whatever. That is their personality type. That is who they are. They living their life like that. And I mean, I can't judge them because who they are, because that is what they're born. And yes, we are all shaped by our past, the way you grow up, the way you've been taught in your household, your parents, through your parents, and that is all your character as well. So, but that is something for something different because there will be some trauma as well, maybe, or something else. But if you grow up in a household where your parents do it a certain way, then you will do it in a certain way. So that is very important. And I mean, we spoke about earlier about temperament. It is your what you are born with. So a lot of people as well, if you go into, if you see the child, maybe for instance, an engineer, and then you go look back and you see the father was also engineer, and the grandparents was also engineers, but because that is in their genes, and they have inherited it, and yes, and that is how the world turn around. In that, of like I said, all of this is making the world turn around. So we have to help each other by our different identities, by our different personality traits and cultures and stuff like that. So yes, it is, for me. It is very important to live your identity. So yes.
Agreed. Hello, Wenchi, how are you? Hello?
Yes, Wenchi, are you there?
You're on mute.
Yes.
Wenchi? I think something's not right on her side.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Wenchi, just to kind of, I'm not sure if you've been on these things before or not, but yeah, every Wednesday 7 p.m. we get speakers and counselors and people who work within the wellness industry to speak to us of any kind of wellness topic that helps us to better our lives and also to normalize the conversations around mental health. Yeah, so welcome. And we've just been through our personality types and character. Knowing yourself is quite important. I do record the sessions. If you are, or if you can indicate whether you're not you part of the group, because I will post it on the group, the link on the group, and you can go back and watch it. But I'm not sure if you can hear me or, if you can contact. You can also type in the messages and I will send the link to that group and you can watch from there. Otherwise, you can go to the Achievability website. And that's pretty much us. But welcome. And then, yeah, we're going to have to say goodbye now. And we'll try. Hopefully, you're on the group and then you can get to look at what was said. Cool.
Yes, thank you, Candace. Again.
Thanks, Casper.
And I hope it was life changing. And yes, till next time then.
Perfect. Thank you, Casper. It was very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice evening then.
You too, hey guys. Bye.
Bye.
First time on Teams. Now don't worry, it's okay. Do you know where to find the mute button, Wenshi? I'm just going to stop recording. There we are.